non-sponsored, non-topic channel. I'm here just babbling because a bunch of us are way too worried about everything that's going on. And I was indulging in some self-care. Somebody was asking me about it. So I said, why not share it? So I've washed my face. I've done a mask. First step, about 3 drops of this, which is not sponsored. Luna, Sunday Riley. It looks dark blue when you put it on, but when you very gently massage it in, it's not dark blue at all. Hey, Hef! How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I realized that I look ridiculous because I've got a headband on to keep my hair out of my face. But yeah, after this step, it's got to sit there for 15 minutes before I do anything else. So I'm here to talk to y'all with really fucking ridiculous bangs now that I look at it. Oh well. Good thing I'm not vain. You're good? Just relaxing? I'm glad to hear it. I am wound way too tight. But that's, what am I going to do? What does this do? Luna. Luna helps with fine lines and wrinkles, helps with reduce the appearance of pores, and fights the sign of premature aging and surface redness. And I do get surface redness. It's not rosacea. I just get I get a bit blotchy sometimes, and it ain't cheap. It's one of the things that that I fucking splurge on, but it's also one of the things that I always have a backup of. For your jowls, you need something tightening for your jowls. There are loads of facial massagers and stuff that can really help. Lymphatic drainage also helps. And if Lovett winds up in here, she does natural facelifts. She's amazing. So you might want to hit her up too, and see what she has to say about that. But I know that there are some really good facial massagers and stuff that'll help with the muscle tone. I don't know if they help spur on or enhance collagen production to kind of make things bounce back to where they were before. But, and some of them are really funny because they look super inappropriate, but they're also effective. So, what are you going to do, right? You've seen a lot of videos about the natural facelifts. Bro, talk to Lovett. If she gets in here, or next time you see her in a chat, talk to her. She's your girl for that. We've been emailing about skincare recently, and she also knows a little some about certain kind of yogurt that has stuff that helps with collagen production. I mean, I've always been a little bit wary of things that say that you can help with collagen production by things that you apply topically. That just scientifically, it doesn't make sense to me. Because that seems more of an internal thing rather than something that you can do just by slathering something on your face. But having it come from internally, that makes sense. That would make sense to me. So, and it's a yogurt that you can, I make my own yogurt in the Instant Pot, but apparently this is a thing that's a starter that you can add to it instead of using like regular yogurt as a starter for your yogurt if you're willing to make it at home. I love my Instant Pot. I'm a huge fan of the Instant Pot, and I make my own fucking yogurt in there. So, love it. But yeah, speaking of love it, yeah, hit her up. She's your girl. I know Philosophy's going to be in here eventually. She's doing dishes, or she was anyway. But looks like there's 3 of you in here now. Yep. We'll get Philosophy in here. There she is. Speak of the devil. And the devil appears. Here she is. I did summon you. I summon you, and here you are. We were just talking about yogurt and the natural facelift thing that you do, and skincare and stuff. I just put on I've just watched, hence the headband and the goofy bangs. I have just washed my face and done a mask. And when I got on here, I put on the first layer of my skincare. And I was chatting with Philosophy, and was talking about skincare stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do my whole skincare regimen. And then I said I was going to go live. And she's like, oh, have you finished with your face? And I said, nah, just going to do it on the stream. Why not? So here I am. And yeah, so here we all are. And we're going to be talking some skincare, because skincare is self-care. And I've mentioned it before that I don't really like my face very much. So one of the best ways that I can do to give a really sonic middle finger to the way that my brain is wired to make me not like my face is to spend a few minutes every day being really nice to it. And just kind of mess with my internal algorithm. So that's what I do. But I applied the first layer, and I have to wait 15 minutes before I can do anything else. Half your skin has gone to hell. I'm sorry to hear that. I got to tell you, Korean skincare saved my life. When I broke the shit out of my moisture barrier, and I was all alligatory and bumpy and cracked and itchy and irritated and gross, Korean skincare saved my life and saved my face. So I'm not on the East Coast, Hef. It's okay. Don't feel bad. I'm up in the northern wastes, right smack in the center of the country, but north. I'm upper Midwest. So I'm not on the East Coast right now, anyway. Yeah, and love it. You're in the West, not coast, but desert, bad for the skin. Yeah, and Philosophy is in New Zealand. You want to talk about bad for the skin. Holy shitballs. Really bad for the skin where she is. So, yeah, we were getting into an in-depth discussion about SPF, and she's right where the friggin' hole in the ozone layer. Ooh, gua sha. Now, for a gua sha, love it. What do you prefer? Do you prefer jade? Does it matter? Do you prefer rose quartz? Tell me about it. Because I have a jade roller somewhere. I have a microneedle roller. And I have a thing with little lights on it. I've been a Ipsy subscriber for way too fucking long. And I get the upgraded, now they call it the icon box. Doesn't matter, really. The material doesn't matter. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Because I was thinking about getting a gua sha, but I can't even find where my jade roller is right now. Jade rollers don't really do anything. So, okay, interesting. Why would they not, as opposed to a gua sha? I am interested in hearing what you have to say. I would think that any manipulation would stimulate greater blood flow. Am I wrong in that? Greater blood flow probably would, one would think, lead to healthier tissue. I don't know. Interested in knowing. Get a gua sha. There are great gua sha videos. Rollers are good for puffiness only. Ah, well, puffiness isn't my problem. Puffiness isn't. I mean, I'm fluffy, but gua sha can smooth out the fascia and break up little calcifications. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense, girl. All right. Right on. Well, now I know. See, we're all learning things. What about the snail nipples? Love it. This is important stuff. And what is it? I have to look again. What is it? Clitoria manatee? Clitoria turnitea. Turnitea. Clitoria turnitea. That's the butterfly pea that we were talking about last night. The actual scientific name for that flower is Clitoria turnitea, which is, I mean, if it's going to be anything, it may as well be that, really, because incredible. Yes, email your kids to put that on your Christmas list. The gold bar stimulates circulation. I don't have a gold bar. I have a thing with lights in it that now I'm seeing advertised all over friggin' YouTube. And I think it vibrates. But I know it has light. Does the light thing, is that a gimmick? Does it really do anything? They got whole big LED red light masks now. And spas with LED light therapy, and I don't know if it's a gimmick. I don't know if it's just a lot of bullshit. I'm very confused by it. There are great tools these days. I love tools. Tools make me happy. Power tools, manual, handheld tools. I love them. Which light thingy? Red light is great, but don't overuse. Okay. Hef, you're killing me. You are killing me. If you use your vibrator on your face, will that help? I mean, it's a muscle massager, in theory. Okay. It can't hurt. Yeah, that's what Lovett's telling us. Light thingy. Which light thingy? It's it looks like a stick, but then it has a little head that turns out, so it looks like a very small T. And on that head that swivels out like this, I think it's got the lights in there. I have to dig it out. I have to find it. I think it's either at my friend's place or it's in all the stuff that got packed up from my ex's when I left there at the beginning of last year. So I'm actually not sure where it is. I'll have to find it. Been a while. Inside out for skin is important. See, that's what we were talking about that. That's the yogurt, right? Yeah, for sure. Well, we will check that out. I will definitely be checking that out. It would vibrate your brains out. Sure about that, Hef? I don't know. I think your brains are pretty solidly in there. You're a smart lady. So, I don't know. L-reiteri will thicken the dermis inside out for skin is important. Yep. And I was talking about that when right before you came in, actually. I don't feel like adding collagen anything is going to be so helpful when you're applying it topically. When if this is something that's an internal process, then applying it topically isn't really going to do a whole lot for you. I mean, just scientifically that would make sense to me. Just, thinking about basic anatomy. Cool, my 15 minutes has gone by. Toner time. Toner time. I love toner. A lot of people don't know from toner because we were raised up with that Bonnie Bell 1006 or Seabreeze or whatever, which are not toners. They're astringents. That's something entirely different. Terrible, terrible shit. Toners actually do help. They do. They do help. They help your product absorb into your skin instead of just sitting on the surface being gross. Next thing, this is something from Drunk Elephant. Something came in my Ipsy box. I like it to be, I put it in the trouble spots. And I like it to be the first thing against my skin before anything else after toner. I've found that it's pretty effective. Again, this is a fine lines kind of thing, which I'm trying to avoid. But, and I go, when it comes to products, the order you want to go in is thinnest to thickest. Leaving your moisturizer as the last thing to kind of seal everything in. But after the Drunk Elephant thing, I have a couple of drops of Angel Shark. This is from Holy Snails. There's a number of different shark sauces that she makes. I use the Angel Shark because of the niacinamide and the madecassoside, which is good for brightening. The best toner in the universe is Noni Beverly Hills AHA Skin Tonic. Okay. I can get behind that. I tend to use a lot of Asian toners. This one happens to be Elemis, but that's because it came in my Ipsy box. So, that's, I like really mild, gentle toners because I'm not looking for my toner to do a whole lot of work except prepare my skin for whatever next layers I'm going to slather or tap onto it. And you can't tell here, but I'm using a really light touch with my hands. I'm kind of massaging my face, massaging it into my skin, but really gently. I'm not yanking my face all over the place. Oh, have you are a product of overexfoliation? That's a danger. That's a danger. Less is more when it comes to exfoliation, man. It's just, and I tell people to stay the hell away from that St. Ives apricot scrub because that stuff is absolutely terrible. I mean, unless you're using it on your feet, in which case, go for it. rock on with your apricot scrub if you're using it on your feet. Oh, I get into the, don't worry about the light touch. It's a myth, except for around the eyes. Get into those muscles. Yeah. For the eyes, weakest finger on your hand, ring finger. This is another Elemis thing that that one is like a pre-eye cream thing. And I just tap, tap, tap. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking St. Ives. Oh my God. But I just tap until that's absorbed. And there's Philosophy. There you are. Hi, Sweet Pea. Yeah. We may have Mom pop in. I hear her up here. She didn't realize that I put dinner away. So she may pop in. I don't know if she'll actually deign to be seen on camera, but all right, close for the love of Pete. An eye cream. This one again. This is, who is this? MZ Skin? I don't know. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Came in the Ipsy box. What do I know? Hi, Mommy.
Who you talk to?
I'm talking to the internet. I've got a few ladies in here. Philosophy and Love It and the Inappropriate Heifer. And I'm doing skincare stuff and we're just chatting at each other.
I see.
You look very confused.
I was going to thank you for putting the stew away.
You're very welcome for putting this stew away. Do you want to come over and say hi to people?
Listen,
We have a very
Bobby.
yelly cat.
Right.
Oh, she's got Jake. Here we go. Say hi to the people, Mom.
Hi.
There's Mom. Here's Jake.
Jake the mouth.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing?
Khakis.
Tabby. Oh, Inappropriate Heifer says, hey, Ma.
Hi. Any news?
No news. No news. And that was the other thing that we're going to talk about is because we're all frustrated. Love It says, hi, Mom and Jake. Philosophy, who's in New Zealand, says, hi, Mom.
Oh, hi. Wow, that's a fur piece.
Oh, yeah. We got people from all over the darn place here. East Coast, West Coast, Holiday Inn.
This is cute.
And no news yet from our Douglas.
Okay.
And so we are, in fact,
Oh, what?
concerned.
You need to be quiet.
Do you want to talk on the internet, Jacob?
See meow.
Meow. You're not going to say anything now, huh? No? No? Jerk. Yeah, he grumbles.
Okay.
But yeah, we've heard no word from Douglas. We are now officially getting worried. And there's
Officially worried for days.
and there's fuck all that I can do about it. I don't have his address.
Wow.
Jacob, did you scarp her? Have you fucked off?
He's
Yeah,
out.
off you go.
He's out.
Right when Heifer said, meow, meow, Jake.
Okay, well, I'll go down and get the tray and bring it up and put things in the dishwasher, and then I'm going to turn in.
Okay,
We finished the series.
good. Off you go.
Good grief. But tomorrow, you can make food as you want it. I'll make him breakfast. He's going to take a bath, and I'm going to sew all
Cool.
day
Sounds good.
because I got to finish that thing tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's one.
mom's quilting. She's in the quilting home stretch. Love It says, good night, Mom.
Bye.
Good night. I don't know. I don't know whether or not he has roommates. I know that when Marisa made her video, she posited about roommates. I know, isn't she? Isn't she Philosophy? She's adorable. Last layer. sleeping mask from Laneige for my lips. And sometimes before I go to bed, I'll do an occlusive layer of a sleeping pack of some sort just to seal everything in. I don't always, but the one that I do have is, you wake up with an almost witchy glow. This shit is amazing. And it's also expensive as shit. So that's a once or twice a year splurge. Because it's by Sulpasu. God, I love it though. Oh, and it smells all herbal and delicious and but yeah, Marisa was talking about, the possibility of roommates when we were discussing people showing up at his door. And I don't know if he has roommates. I don't know. And I don't know of anybody other than his employer that he sees regularly. I know of one person who has his address. And that person is not even on this continent. So the only thing that I would be able to do is request that that person pass along that address, actual physical address, to somebody that's in Los Angeles who would be willing to go and knock on his door. Come and knock on our door. And I don't know who that might be at this point. I don't know who's willing to go and knock on his door. I don't know who's able to go knock on his door. I don't want his address. It wouldn't do me any good because I'm in the frozen wastes. So having it would serve no purpose for me. And all I can really say is I hope that that person realizes that she or he has his address and that they will get it to fucking somebody. Just to have a check, Like I was telling Philosophy not that long ago. I really hope. Yeah, now you're singing the Three's Company theme song. Sorry about that. I hope that he went to Big Bear. I hope that he took off to Big Bear, that he is sitting there for a week, high as a giraffe's asshole, and contemplating his navel. Or he took off to Venice Beach and has been surfing. But the weather out west has been for shit. So I kind of doubt that he's surfing. Cruises aren't really his thing. So I know he didn't hop on a ship. But I really do hope that that's what he's done. I hope that he's just fucked right off for a few days and will feel suitably chastened when he comes back to realize that maybe next time he decided to do that he should maybe mention something to somebody. I know he's not beholden to anybody. I don't know whether or not he'd say something. Philosophy, that's the thing, is that I have no idea. Not a clue. And, if he did do something like that, the only people that he's beholden to right now are his employers. And if he did fuck off for someplace else just to get away for a while and touch grass, then I imagine he would mention it to his employers. And other than that, he ain't got to tell nobody nothing. He doesn't owe anybody a damn thing. Would it be nice? Would it be courteous? Sure. But not required. He ain't owe us anything. So that's kind of where I stand on it. You know, I hope that he's just gone somewhere to get away for a little while. I really hope that that's the case. And, you know, like I said, when he comes back, maybe he will be suitably chastened enough to say, okay, you know what? I caused a lot of people to worry. And maybe next time before I take off, when I'm packing my bag, I'll let somebody know. Maybe. And maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just be of the impression that we can get over ourselves. And again, he ain't owe nobody nothing. You know, maybe next time before he goes, if this is, and this is all purely hypothetical, because again, I don't have a damn clue. Maybe if he did just go off someplace and get away, maybe before he goes next time, he'll put up a notice on his channel. Hey, Cave Ma'am, how you doing? Or maybe he'll let Marisa know, so that when everybody puts their hair on fire again, they will, she'll be able to release something and say, hey, everybody, calm down. It's good. It's solid. We're fine. Maybe. But again, we have no idea. We have no idea where he's gone, why he's not been communicating with anybody. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. We just, none of us can really accurately speculate. You know, all we have is wild supposition and a lot of fucking worry. He is precious to this world, yes, and a much needed voice, yes. But the 3 F's, you know, yeah, we ain't funding him, feeding him, or fucking him. He ain't owe us nothing. I think that's the 3 F's that you meant. I hope it was the 3 F's that you meant, because otherwise I have no idea which 3 F's you're talking about, Hef, and you're going to have to tell me. He totally doesn't owe us anything, but he must know he's got the gals, all the gals worried. Yeah, and some of the guys too. He's got a lot of people worried. Well, shit. My sentiments exactly, Caveman. Absolutely. 100. Hey, pup groomer. What's happening, girl? Good to see you.
Do you want your stuff thrown in the dryer?
No, I'll take care of it when I go downstairs.
Okay.
Some of it I have to hang up, and only I know which things they are. Laundry. Because, you know, we still have to take care of all the mundane shit. Disclaimer, not a big-ass glass of whiskey. You're welcome. He could be watching all of it, laughing his ass off at the absurdity. That's a possibility. A very strong possibility. Your thirst is showing. So, very thirsty. Very thirsty. But you know what? I'm sure you're not the only one. Sure of it. You just hope all this wild stuff that's been going on doesn't scare him off. It would you for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the shit that popped off within 12 hours of him not showing up for his live was absolutely terrifying to me. absolutely terrifying. So, should he decide that it's just he's not real cut out for that kind of parasocial relationship life and take his channel down or just not post there for however long, I just want him to get in touch with somebody and let us know, let the world know that he's alive and that he's okay and that all is well. Like, I don't even really care where he was. None of that is my concern. I just want to know that he's okay. That's all I want to know. I volunteer as tribute. That line would be very, very long. Very, very long. That line to volunteer as tribute for the 3 Fs. It's not bad philosophy. You're just being honest and we appreciate it. That is a possibility, but you don't think he'd purposely worry this many people. There is that, but it's possible that he was in enough of a state of agitation, if in fact he decided to just fuck off for a while. He may have been in enough of a state of agitation that he wasn't really thinking about it. He just packed a bag and left. And I think I definitely speak for myself when I say that the urge has definitely hit me to do something the same more than once in the past. Just go screaming off into the void and just not tell anybody. If he comes back, maybe a video on groupthink would be a good tutorial. Yeah, no shitting. Huh? And how mob mentality and how some people tend to spin each other up. On a serious note, just want to know he's okay. If he doesn't want to do YouTube, that's cool. Don't even know anything other than he's good. Yes, 100% philosophy. 100%. Kia ora, Amanda Beaumont. Yeah, they did hunt him down. They hunted him down hardcore. And, you know, I mean, Osa already knows where he lives, for fuck's sake. So it's unlikely to be an Osa up. Besides, as somebody said, he's not big enough for that. He's not, he just doesn't have, I mean, the man has half the subscribers as Reese. I need you to think about that for a second. Everybody who's saying it's Osa, it's Osa, it's Osa, the man has half the subscribers of Reese. And Osa ain't coming after Reese. So, come on. He's no Aaron. He's no Rinder. I've just thrown my hair tie on the floor. Good news is I have a bunch more on the handle of my brush. But yeah, I mean, people, I don't think it's Osa, and people go straight to that as an option. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And somebody on Stephen Mango's video today said something about hope he didn't pull a Marty Rathbun. No, he didn't pull a Marty Rathbun. There's not a chance in hell that he pulled a Marty Rathbun, because honestly, they don't have anywhere near the kind of shit that they could blackmail him with. So, you know, and they had it on Rathbun. Sure they did. So no, he didn't pull a Marty Rathbun, which it's just the very thought of it is ridiculous. And it's not Osa because he's quite frankly not big enough. Not big enough. He's not making the kind of waves that it would take for Osa to even bother. He's not. They don't have anything on him. It's just not like quit giving Osa that much power, thinking they're more than they really are. You're absolutely correct, Hef. All bark, no bite for the most part. Yeah, I mean, they send PIs to look at you and to harass you and to take photos. They're not sending PIs to kidnap you, okay? And so, you know, God forbid he has been kidnapped. It wasn't by fucking Osa. I can tell you that much. Yeah, Gross Marty was always kind of a weirdo, but, you know, he does really form a connection with his audience. He seems to care. And so he gets that care back from us, but it's still not really real life. No, it's still a parasocial relationship. It's still, he's a guy on the internet speaking from an undisclosed location somewhere in LA. And we are randos on the internet who happen to really enjoy watching the content that he makes. And that's all we are. You know, we're not BFFs with him. I couldn't tell you what the man eats. I just honestly don't have a clue. We know that he smokes, he loves dogs, and he gets stoned. It's about all we know. So, okay, Hef, you are just out of control tonight, and it's fucking hilarious. What are you saying? I'd give them something to photograph. I'd whip my tatas out and tell them to make me famous. You're fantastic. That's amazing. I love it, Hef. Plus, Pup Groomer says, I don't think they take him as seriously because he's more on the fringe because he does conspiracy theories. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. All right, this isn't working. This is just going to piss me off. So now I need to get real hair ties that actually have some elastic in them. And thankfully, I have some right here, if I can reach. There we go. You guys are amazing. Yeah, Hef, you're just incredible. There we go. Again, being inappropriate. Yep. And we only know what he said on his videos. You're absolutely correct, Sophie. You're absolutely correct. That's all we know. We don't, you know, what he said in his videos. I mean, maybe he's engaging in his own psyop. Maybe he's his own controlled opposition. We don't know. So, who's to say? I am letting you see the rainbow hair. I'm just trying to get it so it's not in my way and it's not pissing me off. but I promise. Hey, Jordy. Haven't seen you before. Nice to see ya. Marisa said he's like the death metal underground SPTV. Yeah, you know, that sounds about right. That does sound about right. Boy, this poor hair tie has just about had it. It's time to take that thing out into the back 40 and put it out of its misery, because I think the elastic has all finally just given right the fuck up. I am letting you see the rainbow hair. There you go. See? Rainbow hair. Completely uneven rainbow hair. But there you go. What do we got here? Heifer, maybe if you do that, Doug will appear. Two birds. All right, so Hef, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is go out to LA, figure out where Doug's apartment complex is, and look for PIs. If you spot any PIs, whip them out. I think that would be hilarious. Wouldn't hurt to try. Yes, precisely. See? I'm right there with you, Jordy. You'll trade me hair? Yours is about twice as thick as mine. You shave almost half the back of your head. Yeah, I really need to. I used to have a mohawk. I used to shave both sides when I lived in LA. Fuchsia and black mohawk. It was amazing. I miss it. But I was in Los Angeles, yo. I needed air conditioning for my head. Oh, yeah. There's like hardly any elastic left to this poor precious thing. Okay, honey. Oh, you done good. Thank you for your service. Chick with her boobs out in LA will be normal. Yeah, absolutely. Show him some Midwestern farm-fed big mama tits. He's used to seeing all those plastic girls. Yeah. Yep, very much. Very much. And after living in LA for as long as I did, I am here to confirm. So, yeah, chick with her boobs out in LA will be normal, but the fact that they're natural boobs, that's kind of a BFD right there. That's a big fucking deal. I did not, you know what, Amanda Beaumont? I didn't catch the entire morning stream, but I did see what she whipped out on the 21-minute mark, because I sent her a message and said that I had been told that I'm supposed to ask her about her giant 21-inch penis. And she was LOLing all over the goddamn place. She was cracking right the hell up, and sent me a link to the stream. It's like 21-minute mark. That's what you're looking for. And then she sent me another clip of later, one of the people in her chat asking if it came with batteries. Hilarious. She said he's pretty solid too. She actually did hurt herself when she whacked herself with it. And I'm like, well, maybe it's a good lumbar support. But hey, you know, goldenrod, I guess, is ready for muster. She said she really wanted him to stand at attention. I'm like, well, achievement unlocked. You did it. Yeah, it was great. So, yes, Ms. Amanda, I did see that she made her tremendous penis very stiff and machine washable. Oh, for the love of God. Yeah, philosophy. It's worth it. It's pretty funny. Do I even, what link is that? Nope. That's her stream from yesterday. No, I don't have the link to it right here. Handy, but wait, I know, right? For the balls, because she's got to make balls. Hang on, I might actually be able to get it for you. Do 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 doodly do 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 ba ba da 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 ra da 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 da. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I give you hold music while I'm trying to find the link. La la la, looking for the link in Marilyn's messages where she talked about her penis. Her great big penis. Here we go. Found it. Found it. Ta-da! There it is. One thing philosophy always noticed at the club was the guys with the biggest ones were always these little skinny guys. You know, that's been my experience as well. It's never the ones you think that have the big schwanzes. Brown yarn for the little brown hair everywhere. Yep, absolutely. Brown yarn for the pubic hair that Reese wants you to find in your coffee the next morning if you're rude to her. I got you off your ass to wash your face. Yay! Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome. Anything I can do to help. Skincare is self-care, y'all. Pup groomer with work. Your hands are too tired most of the time to hold the yarn tension tight enough to crochet amigurumi anymore. Oh. See, and I've never even knitted amigurumi, but I know that I probably could. I would need a pattern book for sure. Like I said, though, I did knit a Glenn Danzig doll once. Stubby little legs, bald spot, and yeah, it was ridiculous. Might not be as funny, but it's sweet Marilyn Rose. Yes, indeed. It's never. Wait, what they do? Yeah. Yeah. It's never the ones that you expect are going to have giant schwanzes that do. And, you know, honestly, the ones that are the most casual about it, that's what gives off big dick energy to me, is the ones who are just so clearly could not care. They know what they're packing. They don't need to impress anybody. So, oh my God, I'm so using I'm assuming you mean pubic hair in your coffee line. Yeah. Were you watching Hef when Reese was on earlier? Did you see that? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. People are rude to Reese when she like holds the door for him or something. And she's like, people will go, or they'll be snotty or whatever. Rude for no reason when Reese was just trying to be nice. And so she's like, I hope you find a pubic hair in your coffee. Yeah, that sent me. Absolutely sent me. Amazing. What is amigurumi? Love the name. Pup Groomer has got the answer right here. Japanese style of toy making done in the round in a continuous spiraling crochet or knit. Yep, it's delightful. It is delightful. They make some of the cutest little fucking creatures that I've ever seen in my life, and they're incredible. So, yeah. Amigurumi. I have a number of kigurumi, which are giant one-piece kind of PJs that are animals. You know, I have a Pikachu, and I have a Godzilla, and I have a vampire bat one. I have like 5 or 6 kigurumi, and they're so comfortable. They're absolutely the best. And my Godzilla one actually has matching slippers, so I have giant Godzilla feet. I think we've already established that I'm an extremely silly human being. So, yeah. Love that about Reese. Yeah, yeah. She also said to a woman on a plane after the pubic hair thing, she also said to that same woman on her way out of the plane, I hope your bag falls open. Absolutely delightful. Reese is a riot. She absolutely is. She is a riot all by herself, a one-woman riot for sure. You'll cover it in your crochet class on your channel, but you won't be able to do a huge toy as an example. Well, that's fine. I mean, your little handsies get overworked. So, you know, no shame. No shame there. Do what you can, babe. Do what you can. It's just it's hilarious, and the Googles will provide anything that you cannot show us. The Googles will provide. You got to see the mini wheat today. The frosted mini wheat with eyes. That's the one I was trying to show. There we go. Yep. The frosted mini wheat. I'm an extremely silly woman, said in the straightest, most dull tone of voice ever. Yeah, I'm pretty much the entire world's straight man. Yeah, I can rock deadpan like nobody's business. But yeah. Yep, that's me. Extremely silly in the straightest, most dull tone of voice ever with goofy pigtails and rainbow hair. So, I mean, what do you want from me? But, you know, you're right, Amanda. Good looking out there. Nice catch. All you can't crochet is a 5-mile long chain. Yeah, that's all I can't crochet either. Yeah, my crocheting skills are dildos. This is dildos. Did you guys ever watch Metalocalypse? Oh my god, it makes me laugh so hard. And Squizgar saying that everything is dildos. If he doesn't like it, this is dildos. Delightful. Love you right back, Ms. Beaumont. Oh, Daria vibes. Okay, sure. Yeah. La, 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 la. I don't think I see what you did there, philosophy. I see what you did there. I don't think I'm as cute as Daria, but I do have the glasses. Oh, now see, Pup Groomer, check you out. Look at you helping us people who are lousy hookers. You make a chain long enough and fold it on itself several times, then tie a knot at each end and call it a chain scarf. Amazing. Amazing. I might just have to do that. Which reminds me, I have a whole bunch of Tunisian crochet hooks. Yeah, I absolutely did see that. I did see that, Sophie. She's doing it. She's doing it. That's a skill, the deadpan tone. But is it down tone? Yeah, that's all you're getting out of me. Sneaky little. Xenu? Oh, are you saying Xenu? Oh, there's a Xenu in the chat. Xenu, Marlene Sweeney, everyone. Partake, whatever substance tickles your fancy. It can be the devil's lettuce. It can be alcohols. There is ginger ale in here. It's not just whiskey. Oh my God, caveman, you missed it last night. I had this glass. It's whiskey with ginger ale. And they totally thought that this giant glass was full of whiskey. Maybe your substance is potato chips. Maybe it's cake. I wish I could have cake. I miss cake. What's in the vape? Nicotine. Nicotine is in the vape, and the flavor is salted caramel. District 121 salted caramel. Yep, nicotine. I was a pack-a-day smoker for 30 years. And thankfully for the vape, no, I'm not. You feel like yours is cheese, Heifer? That's fair. I love cheese. Cheese is delicious, but I was born in Wisconsin, so cheese kind of runs in my veins. I'm full of cheese. I had a doctor a number of years ago try to tell me that I was lactose intolerant. I'm like, motherfucker. No. Biologically impossible. Born in Wisconsin. Not lactose intolerant. If I was lactose intolerant, I'd by now, because the amount of cheese that I consume. Yeah. No. And go figure, I'm not lactose intolerant. That much has been borne out to be true. Not lactose intolerant, so I don't have to worry about that. What on earth? What kind of filth are you talking about right now? What is this? What is this? This is dirty. This is dirty, and I want it. What is lemon syrup cake? I expect a recipe in my inbox. Please inbox me with lemon syrup cake. What's fighting words? Lemon syrup cake? I mean, it might be. Telling me I'm lactose intolerant, those are also fighting words. Oh, yeah, no, American cheese is... there are people. There are people who have been getting on the American cheese bandwagon and saying that it's actually a legit cheese and that it's not actually plastic. Now, granted, they're not arguing for Velveeta. Velveeta is straight up plastic. Sometimes delicious plastic, depending on what you mix it with. But yeah, no, Velveeta is a beast of its own kind, and I'm fairly certain that it's actually an animal. But there are people who are like on the craft with a small c, not with a capital K. A small c craft American cheese bandwagon. And I'm like, artisanal American cheese? No, stop. Stop it. I don't want to know about it. Now, lemon syrup cake. It's made with ground almonds and a lemon sugar syrup. Wonder if I could make it with a sugar substitute. Like allulose. Or monk fruit. Well, son of a bitch. Is this a Kiwi thing? Philosophy? Is this a Kiwi thing? Because I need to find out. I need to find out. And it needs to be in my face. Your favorite is extra sharp white cheddar. I don't think I could pick a favorite cheese. I love all the cheeses. I mean, I'll eat American cheese, but it's not cheese. Let's be real. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. It's not. Government cheese was the shit. God knows I ate enough of it when I was a kid. Holy crap. Yes, those people are wrong, Jordy. Yes, they are. Velveeta is the Spam of the cheese world. And Spam is the only skinless, limbless, eyeless creature on the face of the planet. And the jelly that surrounds it in the can is actually what it secretes when it's afraid. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Compared to New Zealand cheese, what does Amanda think? She's lived both places. That's true, Ms. Beaumont. We are requesting your input on the cheese thing. The cake has no flour, this lemon syrup cake. Oh, and Lovett just found a recipe. Fascinating. I want it. It's very interesting, the difference between US and New Zealand food. So many things you can't get there, and probably for the best. I'm interested in knowing what kind of things can't you get there. I know that there's some things that are difficult to get in Shreya. And I know this because I have friends who live there that I occasionally send them full care packages of stuff that are native to North America and the United States in particular. And so I send them random things. Like they didn't know from candy corn until I sent them candy corn. They're like, what fresh hell is this? But they're not Reese. So, yes. Yes, it is a lie. But it's so delicious and moist. A lot of American food has been banned overseas. We have horrible food quality here. This is true. Yeah. Corn syrup and everything. Yes, absolutely. Fructose corn syrup is ubiquitous, man. It's fucking everywhere. Nothing New Zealand that compares to American cheese wrapped in plastic. Well, yeah. Yeah, especially those single slices. Little plastic slices. You had to mail your cousin in the UK Twinkies. They never had them and can't get them there. Okay. Here's the thing about Twinkies. They suck now. When we were kids, right? Twinkies were actual sponge cake. They weren't a bunch of chemicals injected with whipped lard. Now they just taste like chemicals. I tried to eat a Twinkie a couple of years ago and it was like, why? Why? It's just they've taken all of the actual food out of it and replaced it with chemicals. So it's vile. now. And UK also has way better chocolate than we do. I'm just going to say it. Okay, Mom has asked if I could please turn the thermostat down by 3 degrees. Yes, ma'am. The cereal sucks now too. Yeah. Yeah, we used to have some pretty decent cereals. I mean, I don't eat cereal all that much anymore. Like, and I've tried eating like Magic Spoon and stuff because it's keto friendly, but the cereals just aren't as good anymore. And they make the Twinkies out of chemicals now. Although I will fuck up a Little Debbie Swiss cake roll, not gonna lie. Even though the chocolate surrounding it is really just wax, I'm a little bit individual in how I eat them. So I flip them over on their backs, and I take that little spine of chocolate out, and then I unroll them. Well, I try to take all the chocolate off the outside first, and if you do it right, you can get it off like in just a couple of pieces. And then I unroll it and I eat it that way because there's probably something wrong with me. Girl, doing dogs and kuo cakes and oatmeal cookies, Little Debbie went to the dark side. You do kind of need to maybe lay off the typing right now. A little bit. You don't eat chemicals, you're freaky about it. Yeah, that's why I started cooking a lot of things myself. Like, that's how I taught myself how to cook, was because I was inspired and disgusted. I was in LA. It was when I was living in LA. And it was right after the bus accident, and I could barely function. Tore my rotator cuff riding on a city bus. That was awesome. And I just wanted comfort food. And I thought, what's comfort food that I can also afford? So I went to the grocery store and I bought some ground beef, and I bought a box of the beef stroganoff flavored hamburger helper because I grew up poor, white trash. So, that was something that we actually ate. And I took it back to the apartment and I made it. And it tasted like chemicals. It was really upsetting. It was deeply upsetting to me. And I'm like, fuck this noise right in the goat ass. I need to learn how to cook. I need to start learning how to cook from scratch. And I need to get better at it because this is just stupid. I couldn't find pierogies anywhere to save my life in LA. I couldn't find a pasty to save my life in LA. I was like, fuck. What am I going to do? I got to learn how to cook. So I just started teaching myself how to cook from scratch. And I already knew how to build a red sauce, which some people refer to as gravy. I knew how to build one of those from scratch. And there were certain other things that I knew how to make from scratch. But I just needed to learn how, and I needed to teach myself how to make things that I really wanted from scratch, because obviously I could not rely on the staples of my youth anymore because they had become disgusting. Entenmann's, I know what you're talking about. It's not spelled correctly, but you got the point across. I know exactly what you're talking about, Amanda Beaumont. And some of the stuff from Entenmann's is amazing. And some of it I will shove into my face just by the fistful. Their coffee cake, especially their, not even their coffee cake. You know what does it for me from Entenmann's? Their raspberry Danish. The big one, the big oblong one. Yeah. You give me that and a massive pot of really good coffee, and the Sunday New York Times crossword. I am a happy bitch. I will stay away from you the entire day, just nibbling and drinking coffee and working on my crossword. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, Hef, you might need to sleep. You might need to sleep. You're really having challenges tonight. I know that you meant ding-dongs and cupcakes, not doing dogs and kuo cakes. I don't even know what a kuo is. You off to bed? Have you got your eye cover for sleeping, Ms. Heffer? Do you have your fly mask? The Christmas tree cakes are not the same thing either. I have kind of a funny story about Christmas tree cakes. Yeah, bus accident. It wasn't tremendous. It wasn't huge. I was sitting in the back of the bus with the right next to the window on my left side, and the wheel directly across from me was the one that was going along the curb. And I don't know if he hit a cinder block or the curb or a homeless person or something, but it threw everybody in the back of the bus up, this way. And I slammed my shoulder into the side of the bus so hard that I tore my rotator cuff. It was awesome. Yeah. All right. What do we got here? You also can't seem to find the kind of Chinese food that you were used to getting in New York City. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely true. Nor will you. Ever. Ever again. New York City Chinese food is a creature all unto itself, and you'll never find its like anywhere else except maybe Chinatown in San Francisco and Chinatown in LA. That's it. Your kids won't eat Hamburger Helper anymore because, hey, you were a single mom. Yeah, so was mine. So was mine. And we was po. No pierogies. Yeah, LA was horrible. It was horrible. Hershey's came out with your own snack cakes. You've seen chocolate and Reese's peanut butter. The Reese's isn't great, but the chocolate ones are delicious. I've seen the Reese's ones, and I was not impressed. The pasty recipe that I have, I'd have to dig way back into my Facebook messages. But you can use a standard cold water crust for it. I'm still working on the crust. I don't have it perfect. I need to talk to some people. But it's there's not a whole lot that's real precise about it. It's ground beef, carrot, potato, onion, I think, and rutabaga. Salt and pepper to taste. Toss all that shit in a bowl. Salt and pepper to taste. Make your crust. I've heard that a cold water crust is best, but again, I'm still working that out for myself, and I'm not real happy with the crust that I've made so far. It's not like the crust that I remember, but yeah, just get a whole bunch of that shit, get your crust, and put, some of it onto, whatever blob of crust that you've rolled out and flattened into a roughly kind of a circle. And I put a pat of butter on top of mine before I close them up. Make a couple of slits. You can do an egg wash on the top of them if you want them to be glossy and shiny, or a milk wash. Either one works. They're pretty basic. Serve them with brown gravy. Bake them in the onion. Bake them in the oven, not the onion. Bake them in the oven. I want to say for about an hour at 350. I mean, isn't that like the universal? Everything goes in for an hour at 350. But yeah, that's how I did mine. Yeah, New York City, amazing food. Absolutely amazing food. Bar none. Incredible food. Ghirardelli brownies. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at that concept. Never heard of Christmas tree cake. Little Debbie's cakes. Where did I put them? Is it in here? I have a funny story. I just have to see if I can find the props for it so that I can tell. Yeah, here we go. So I can tell you the story correctly. So there was a whole group of us on the birthday cruise that we went on. Story time. There was a whole group of us on the birthday cruise that we went on. And not all of us had met, but we decided, since there were so many of us, and who is it that's at, oh, Lovett. Are you familiar with Little Debbie cakes, Lovett? I'm assuming that you are. Christmas tree cakes come out this time of year, and they're made by Little Debbie. They're shaped like Christmas trees. It's not a difficult concept, but the thing is, we all decided, let's do a cabin gift exchange. Everybody who wants to be involved, give me your cabin numbers. I'll match people up, or I'll collect all the cabin numbers, and if we get more than like 10 cabins, then we'll separate the rest of them out into a different group. The limit is $10 per, and don't go crazy, but bring something that might be indicative of where you're from, or that would be useful on the cruise, or both. So he said, okay. And I went down to Duluth Candy Company and got cute little bags of like candy agates and stuff, because that's very Duluth. It's really Duluth. And locally made popcorn mix and shit like that. So I got things that very blatantly had the name of the city on it, and were products that were very indicative of where I was from. And I think somebody in the group didn't understand the assignment, because there was a little paper sandwich bag attached to my door when I got back to the cabin. And in it, speaking of Ghirardelli, were 2 Ghirardelli caramel squares, which I can't eat. So I'm going to have to fob them off on somebody else who's actually eating sugar. A Little Debbie clippy, bag clip with a magnet on the back so that you can like stick it to your fridge. You can use it to like close chip bags, or hold your grocery list or something while it's sitting in the fridge. And a sticker of the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. There were no Christmas tree cakes, just a sticker of a Christmas tree cake. And a bag clip that says Little Debbie. That was their contribution to the cabin gift exchange. And I'm thinking, somebody either works for Little Debbie, or they had forgotten about the cabin gift exchange until the day before they left for the sailing and went rummaging through the junk drawer in their kitchen. I'm not sure. But either way, the woman with whom I was sharing my cabin and I laughed our faces off, and now I have to actually go out and buy a box of the Little Debbie's Christmas tree cakes so that I can send them to her for Christmas, because she's going to laugh her face off. Absolutely. You've never eaten Little Debbie. I want to say that you're missing out, but you're not really. Because like the coating on the outside of them is kind of waxy. It's kind of that, that low quality American chocolate. Or white chocolate, which is definitely not chocolate. But yeah, I mean, when we were kids, Little Debbie was the shit. Trip to Chinatown in New York sent your friend to the ER. Oh my, that's challenging. Amanda, there's a place in Sandringham Road that has amazing Chinese food. Might be close. Food poisoning. But you don't know what he ate. You guys were fine. Oh, okay. Yeah. People are weird. See, I don't mind Chinatown in New York. I fucking love Chinatown in New York, man. There is no other place on the planet to go and get dim sum, as far as I'm concerned. Butter. Why are we excited about butter? I love butter. Butter makes me really happy, caveman. Actually, there's a lot of Chinese food that's vegetarian. You can actually find quite a bit. Well, I mean, it depends. Bake them in the onion. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that, caveman. Bake them in the onion. Apparently, I'm having challenges this evening, just like Hef. Only with me, it's with my word formation and things like that. So, Amanda, Tansy Dumpling House. There you go. Ooh, go get him. Get you some dumplings. Nom, 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 nom. Somebody worked in the Little Debbie packet. Have I tried? What? Have I tried Yacon syrup? It's like molasses. Shut the fuck up. It's like molasses? Does it taste like molasses? Because I'll fucking tell you something, love it. If I can find a keto molasses substitute, then I will bake my sticky black gingerbread this year for Christmas, and I'll be able to make it fucking keto. Girl, I need to know more about this. You're going to make me take fucking notes again. Damn it. Where's my pen? Hiding under everything. There it is. Well, I can't take them on that page. That's the page with the downtone song. Yeah, I'm rewriting Petula Clark's Downtown to be about downtone because somebody in one of Doug's fucking chats mentioned it, and I had to get an earworm. So, see, I have Lakanto, which is like a keto maple syrup substitute. So I have that. But that's just a maple syrup substitute. That's not a molasses sub. So I'm like super fucking excited about this. I want to make my sticky black gingerbread. That shit is bomb. They must work for Little Debbie or know somebody who does. That's fair, caveman. That's very fair. How many times has this been regifted? That's also a very good question. I haven't regifted it yet. Hanging out of the damn sticker, though. Sticker's hilarious. No, Little Debbie is not a back east thing. It's nationwide, baby. That shit is everywhere. Love it. My neighbors here have Christmas tree decorations in their yard that look like giant Little Debbie Christmas trees. That's so funny. You ever tried to walk up on it and just like start gnawing on it and be like, what the hell have you people done? Ginormous Little Debbie. What? What are you saying? It's like a pet store on a plate. Are you kidding? It's dumplings and soup dumplings and amazing yum yum seaweeds and egg steamed egg things. Yum. "20 years ago, I would have said you're missing out on never having had Little Debbie. Nowadays, not so much." Legit. Yeah, you're absolutely correct on that, Pup Groomer. It tastes like molasses. Fuck me dead. Well, now I have to have that because I'm going to make sticky black gingerbread and it's going to be incredible. And it's also a prebiotic. Can I get it on Amazon? In your defense, you're sick and on drugs. Fair. That's fair. Ooh. Amanda Beaumont worked at Campbell's Soup Company one summer. Best thing ever because they own Godiva. Every Friday, you can get a huge bag of runoffs and experimentals for $5. That's amazing. Damn. That's incredible. All right, Pup Groomer had to go to bed, and I missed it because, it was just like a minute ago. Okay. Good. I'm glad I'm not that far behind. Going to the bathroom and then going to bed before you doze off at your desk like you did the other night. Oh, honey, don't do that. Go to bed. Go to bed. That's not good for your neck or your back or anything. Yo, neck. Yo, back. Go to bed, girl. Go to bed, our little Pup Groomer. You'll send me a link. Thank you. Love it. You love ginger anything philosophy? Hell yeah. Ugh, this sticky black gingerbread, you guys. Fuck. It's so good. It's so good. And it's absolute carb nightmare because it's got like molasses and it's got brown sugar and it's got just like all kinds of shit. But if I can find a way to keto that shit, oof, it is on. Because, oh my God, is it good. And it uses like dried ginger, but fresh grated ginger too. And it's dense. And it's, I'm going to say it, moist. So good. Oh, it's Sunday night there, which means it's Monday tomorrow. Yeah, that stinks. It's still Sunday tomorrow here, but you guys live in the future. Monday. Pretty sure it's Monday. I have a doctor appointment. Monday or Tuesday. Xenu, do I even need it? Do I need to do that? I don't need an excuse. You don't need an excuse. You're grown. Do your thing. Stand by for a drink of drink. But yeah, it is amazing. I'll try to find the recipe link and send it to you. You may have to do some conversions because I think it's written for Americans. But so you might have to do a few measurement conversions. Yeah, well, it was 2 drinks, Hef, but you know what? I'm a grown-ass adult. I do what I want. Stop me. Let me see if I can find it. Sticky black gingerbread. Black sticky gingerbread. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yep, this is the one. I'll put the link in chat. And I don't do it in a bundt pan. I'm trying to remember if I did it in a flat pan or a loaf pan. Yes, the future is now across the universe in perpetuity. There you go. There's recipe. There's a recipe for the black sticky gingerbread. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Fuck, it's delicious. Ew, though. Gross. She has a video on how to make pickled turmeric eggs. That sounds absolutely vile. I don't know how I feel about this woman anymore. Makes a good gingerbread, though, but damn. Ew. That, I'm sorry, but that just sounds foul. But, black sticky gingerbread. Get it. Take that link and rock it out, because holy shit, is that stuff delicious. And I've made it more than once, and you just can't fucking go wrong. You cannot go wrong with that shit. It is just astonishing. It's so good. So, yeah. Get after it, philosophy. And let us know. Let us know how what your verdict is. But yeah, there's a lot of ginger up in that bitch. And including the freshly grated fresh ginger. Yum, 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 yum. I love ginger. I had a ginger chocolate cake once. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a devil's food chocolate cake. I was not expecting a ginger chocolate cake. So I was like, this is unexpected. I've never had this flavor conversation or combination in my mouth before. I had to really sit and think about it for a while. I had to sit with that sensation and just figure out how I felt about it. And it turns out that I was in love. And now I would punch a baby for another piece of that cake. So, cheers to ginger. Because I'm drinking ginger ale. Ah, ha, ha! See? There's a reason. Yum. Yeah, it's the season that everybody's... Pickled turmeric eggs sound good to you? Well, they would. You would dig that, philosophy. Love it, loves it that philosophy is being philosophical. Yes. It's true. It's true. I love how we all are just all about our names. Our usernames check out, for sure. I'm not sure what that says about you and me, Amanda Beaumont. I mean, half is certainly being as inappropriate as possible, what with talk of going to LA and whipping out her Grand Tetons in front of PIs. You're loopy as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, you are. And it's pretty fucking funny. I love it. Ooh, sugar-coated ginger as lollies when you were little. Yeah, candied ginger is absolutely delicious. I love candied ginger. Oof. Pickled ginger that comes with sushi, though? No. No. Keep it away from me. Somebody else can have it. I don't want it on my plate. It taints everything that it touches. Ha. Did you just call yourself boring, Miss Amanda Beaumont? No, you're not. You were being a spicy little ginger lolly up in here earlier, so you just stop. You are not boring. I think you're wildly amusing. Half you're not even smoking. Imagine that. And half is trying to help find out what happened to Doug. Yes, of course. Good. So many TikTok videos were made when you were stoned. Yeah, kind of not surprised. Not surprised. Oof. Friends don't let friends be sober and make TikToks. Yeah, no, I know that the candied ginger is not like pickled ginger. Pickled ginger is violent, disgusting, and is an abomination unto the earth. No, candied ginger is delightful. Absolutely delightful. It is delicious and nutritious, and it's good for your tummy, and I love it. But that pickled ginger needs to stay the fuck away from me because I feel like I'm fairly certain it has been sent here to destroy me, and I'm not having it. What did I just put up there? Oh, smoochy faces. Yes. Back at you, Ms. Beaumont. No way, Amanda. You're so cool and interesting. Fact. Yeah, Amanda, and so you guys should totally go get Chinese together. That would be amazing. You should go to the Chanzi Dumpling House on whatever the fuck Big Long Name Road. Do that and report back. Send photos. Video call me on Facebook. It'd be hilarious. Please? Pretty please? I'll beg. I won't beg real hard. I'll grovel lightly. That'd be rad. See, we need to start meeting up in Meat Space when we can. We totally need to start meeting up in Meat Space more. Maybe if more of us met up in Meat Space, we wouldn't be in this current predicament that we're in. Search for the missing Doug. Nobody knows where the fuck he is. Really frustrating. I like Chinese. Or maybe a more veggie-friendly place. Fair. Fair enough. Oh, come on, man. I'm broke as shit. I'm knitting Christmas presents. I can't afford a plane ticket to New Zealand. I'm a travel advisor. It means I don't get shit. I don't get discounts. I want to go. I want to go. What? Human interaction in real life? What a concept. I know. Ever since the Pandemic Lovato, we have been kind of afraid of that. And it's challenging. It's challenging. But we got to live our lives again, man. We got to start talking to each other in Meat Space. Being able to recognize each other. Know that we can spot our own. You don't want to be worried, but you're worried. Same, caveman. Yeah, I am worried. I totally am. Now I am. A lot more than I was on Tuesday. Significantly more than I was on Tuesday. Yes, where's Doug? We don't fucking know. Nobody knows. Free the nips for Doug. Bust out those Grand Tetons. I'm sure that of all the possible hashtags that Doug could ever hope to inspire, I'm fairly certain that he would be quite amused by that. Didn't mean to make you sad. It's okay, honey. I get sad every time I think about all the traveling that I need to do and haven't done yet. Because the world is big and there's a lot of places that I haven't seen that I need to see. I need to go check some places out. I need to I need to do more exploring, and it makes me antsy when I don't have an opportunity or the ability to do that. So the more people that book with me, the more I'll be able to fucking go places. So I just need clients. Unfortunately, I had to basically drop my life for 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And firing up that business again after dropping my entire life at my feet for that long has been really a challenge. So I am a bit challenged right now, but I'm fucking trying. Doug knows. Just got to hold positive space for him and send positive vibes for when he does return. That's what I'm doing. I have been leaving his voicemail alone because I'm not going to be one of the ones who's blowing his shit up. Stand by for a drink. I'm not going to be one who's blowing his shit up. I'm not going to inundate his DMs with messages. I'm not going to fill up his inbox. I'm certain that there are others who shall remain nameless who are doing that. I'm not going to go there. He knows where to find me. And he knows that if he needs to reach out, I'm here. I would be lying, though, if I said that I wasn't half expecting a phone call from him telling me that he's in Minneapolis and wanting to know where to find Elvira. Because he fucking would. I wouldn't put it past him. Just hop on a plane. He knows she's near Minneapolis. Wouldn't put it past him. I just hope that all he gets out of this is that he is loved, but not in the Hitchcock way. Yeah, well, he is also loved in the Hitchcock way, which is kind of the problem. But yeah, I hope that he does see that there are a lot of people who are not willing to overstep their boundaries, who are not willing to invade his privacy, and who are willing to respect him as a grown-ass adult. I'm really hoping that he's able to take that message from this. And also to note who the scary ones are, for future reference. Elvira is a cutie. I will tell you, I have a photo of this dog that I sent directly to Doug. It was one of the last photos that I sent to him. And I'm hoping that you can see it. That's her. Half asleep. And he was absolutely beside himself with that photo. Just beside himself. He loves that photo so much. Where did I put it? Totally. He probably got many messages. It would be a lot. Yeah. I know that I can say his voicemail is still not full. So either he's been checking it and emptying it, or somebody has been checking it and empty it. Let me not go full on conspiracy, here. But it's not like you can fill up a Gmail inbox over the course of a week with fewer hardcore subscribers than a great many other of the content creators on SPTV. So, and who don't expect too much out of him. The stress would freak you out. Yeah, the stress would freak me out too. I would be absolutely freaked out by the whole thing. That would cause me to lose my entire mind. Yeah. Maybe he's doing a social experiment. What a story that would be. Yeah. Last time I did a sociological experiment was the one time I ever went to the Hellfire Club in New York. I got enough stories out of that I didn't really feel the need to do many more sociological experiments after that. Not without grant funding and a lot of recompense. Ooh, conspiracy mode. Yeah, that's me. I try not to, but when my brain meats get super addled, that's the random shit that pops into my head. Caveman, like I'd fucking move after this shit and go so on the DL. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I would too. I would too. I would erase myself from existence. Like there are so few people who would ever know how to reach me. And even then, it would be only in cases of extreme emergency. Stand by for a drink of drink. Xenu. It's funny you say that because that's exactly what you've been thinking since the other day. Philosophy. Wait, what did I have to say? Oh, the social experiment. Okay. Yeah. Really? Really, Sophie? If that's what he's doing, then that means he's watching. And if you're watching, and this is what you're doing, Doug, I can't punch real hard, but I might have to punch you just once when I meet you. Not saying, just saying. Know what I'm saying? Conspiracy mode happens for me when there's little intel to go off of. Yeah, no shit. Well, like in cases like this, when we have fuck all for intel to go off of, yeah. That's us. He'd have to tell somebody, though, I think. His employers are really the only ones that he'd have to tell. He could actually just drop off the face of the earth, and if the only people that he told were his employers, especially since it's, only been like a week, I think that's all he'd have to tell. And since nobody knows who he works for, I don't know who he works for. I know that he's been working for the same people for quite some time, and that's all I know. I have no idea what he does. But yeah, that's all I know. So, if nobody knows where he works and nobody knows where he lives, He could just be hiding out, kicked back, sitting on YouTube, watching people, and ignoring us, not commenting, not ignoring us, just not commenting, and refusing to acknowledge any voicemails, any messages, any emails, any Bookface, Messenger, whatever the fuck. Could be. Could be, if he's doing it. If you're out there, Doug, Hev's threatening you with her boobs. Be afraid. Be very afraid. She's one of them corn-fed Midwestern ladies. It's huge tracts of land. Tremendous. Yes, it's occurred to you a few times, but it's along with other possible explanations. Yeah. For sure. Hi, Doug. Good on you. Waiting for you to report back your findings. Yeah, we are. I'd be interested to see how absolutely fucking terrified you are of some of those people that are still in the chat. Counting viewers versus chatters now? Yeah. Yeah, I have been too. I have been too. I don't know who's in here and isn't talking. I know there's somebody in here who isn't talking. I don't know if any of them are Doug. I think if something really awful happened, we'd know by now. How? How would we know? We wouldn't. There's no way that we would know. So nobody knows. So hopefully he's just chilling out. I don't think he's really just sitting there watching. I don't think he is either, but he might be. Yes, the chat is still going. Yes, caveman. Yes, love it. They are still in there. Sure are. Yep. Checked on it earlier this evening. Still going. Yep. Some of them are behaving just as delightfully as they have been the whole time. And some of them are actually rational, which is nice. I would listen to his analysis on it. I would be fascinated to hear about his findings. If he's been with his employers a long time, they'd know by now, you'd assume. The way news works. I don't know, just trying to feel better about this shit. Yeah, girl, I feel you. And I'm not trying to be a wet blanket. You know, I'm not trying to kick your puppy. I've been trying to feel better about it as well, which is once again why I'm saying, if you're out there and you're watching this, we're really fucking worried. A lot of us are. And there's nothing that I can do. Nothing. So when you come out of hiding, if you decide to do so, or if you decide to acknowledge any of the messages, if you want to still stay underground, come on out to Minnesota. Feed some deer. Hang out with the chickadees. It's supposed to be nice next week. And I'll introduce you to Elvira. You can hear him now. Officer, she threatened me with her giant boobs. No, he wouldn't. Because the last thing he wants to do is call the LAPD. So I wouldn't sweat that, Hef. How is the chat still going? Because they're still in there. Technically, because the live stream didn't happen, it still says waiting for Dazed but Not Confused. And so everybody's still in there. There's one person who comes in once a day, like clockwork. Hilarious. When is this stream supposed to start? Every day. When is this live going to start? Hilarious. I'm like, okay. I accept your contribution. Cracks me up. Oh, somebody left. We had 9 viewers for quite some time. Somebody left. I see you. But yeah, it still says that it's waiting for Doug. So while it doesn't show up on his live tab anymore on his page, it's still going. I have it in an open tab that I haven't closed all week. So, I mean, technically, yes, because I'm a mod on his channel. There are 3 of us. It's me, it's Outback Wendell's, and it's Karina. No, it's okay, Amanda. It's fine. But we're still at 8. It wasn't Amanda, Sophie. It wasn't, because we're still at 8, even with Amanda here, and we were at 9 before. So somebody fucked off because we were at 9 for quite some time. So, yeah, Simon said sup, but he said that quite a bit earlier yesterday. Simon is not over here saying sup to us because, let's see, it's almost 4 a.m. here, so it's almost 10 a.m. there. He's in the UK. Simon did tell me his story. I am not at liberty to share it here. It was, I personally don't think that he should be embarrassed. But it was not a fun, amusing story. It was more a trauma-inducing story. But I'm, he called me yesterday morning. Now, I mean, this morning technically, because I haven't been asleep yet, but yesterday morning he called me and told me what had happened, and it was not a fun story. So I'm really glad that we were busy talking about butterfly nipples, because it helped kind of derail him a little bit from obsessing on what had happened to him earlier in the day. So bless him. Simon, for you working, for you looking. Simon is the gentleman who has a channel called Borderline What? With a question mark. Because he's very open about the fact that he has borderline personality disorder, and a lot of people don't understand it. So one of the reasons that he started his channel was to help people understand what it's like to live with borderline personality disorder and what it is and how it can affect you and how it can affect the people in your life and stuff like that. So that's who Simon is. And he is a delightful, delightful gentleman with a lovely daughter. And he's a gem. He's a lovely guy. We love Simon. Yeah. Come to my chat and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah. Come on in, guys. Water's warm. The ginger ale is not. The ginger ale is on ice. Thank you very much. Casting aspersions on my asparagus like that. Butterfly and snail and heifer nipples. Oh my. Yes, precisely. Yeah, one of the best questions I've gotten this entire week was, wait, do snails really have nipples? No. Not as far as I know. And if they do, you'd have to have really good eyesight to find them. I certainly can't see them. But I have my snail gel. Literally, I have a tube of this in every suitcase that I own and pretty much every purse that I own. I love that shit so much. Everybody's just laughing now because snail nipples. That's how we all got started on this craziness. Snail nipples and butterfly nipples and wait. Some of you guys weren't here. Some of you guys were not here when I revealed that Ms. Lovett sent me the scientific name of the butterfly pea. Oh my God, you guys. You guys are going to wet yourselves. Let me get it out of my email because it's so fucking funny and I can never remember the second word. Ternatia. I'm not kidding you guys. Clitoria ternatia. That's the butterfly pea. PEA. You do need some snail gel. Philosophy. Yes, you do. Yeah. Doug's going to be coming back and we're going to be talking about snail nipples and clitoria ternatia. And it's going to be a little out of pocket, I think. Honestly, I wouldn't blame him if he didn't have any live chat at all when he uploads his next video. He just uploads the video and is just like, yeah, I don't need the comments. I don't need the chat. Let me just say what I need to say because, oh my God, that chat would be fucking bananas. Can you imagine? You imagine how crazy it would be? His first chat when he comes back is going to be absolutely insane. I don't know that I can get behind it. It's going to take all three of us to mod the fuck out of that chat, and we'll have to put it on slow chat. We'll have to put it on slow mode because there's no way people will be losing their entire minds, and we'll have to put it on slow mode. Then again, okay, so we're back to 9. There are 9 people watching. Not a whole lot of people chatting. So, yeah. He might know what he's walked into. If he's one of the 9 watching right now, then he'll have every idea what he's walked into. Nipples. All the nipples. Walked into just a wall of nipples. Nipples. As far as the eye can see. Nipples all the way down. Madness. Absolute madness. And, I mean, somewhat funny when you think about it. You like that Diane turned off her comments on her vid about Doug. Well, it gets even better, Amanda. She took it down. She took the video down. I guess she figured that Mango had covered everything that needed to be covered. So she took it down. Nipples, Doug. Do you hear us? Nipples. Poor man's going to get triggered by the sight of nipples now. The word nipples will send him into spasms. Yeah, she sure did. She took it down. I do like, though, I see where you're going with that, and I do respect that she took down the comments, or that she disabled comments on that video because, quite frankly, the whole thing was just and I can't even imagine how inundated she would have been. Oh, Hef. What have you done? Moist nipples. I used to work with a girl who couldn't stand that word, moist. She also hated the word panties. And I found this out, and I'm like, so what do you do when you have moist panties? She went and hid in a closet for a few minutes. See? Moist panties. Exactly. A lot of people hate the word moist, but I mean, moist and panties? Come on. That's too much trigger for one person. You can't hate both of those words at the same time because I mean, come on, man. That being said, I really do want to know precisely which cold meds you're on right now, Hef. I really do. Because they sound fun. You're hilarious when you're on cold meds. You're hilarious most of the time anyway. I mean, stipulated. But fair. But I don't know of anybody who's triggered by the phrase boxer briefs. Also, I don't really want to know about somebody's moist boxer briefs. Unless they do their own laundry. If they do their own laundry, then, you know, hey, whatever you want to do, man. But, ugh, you keep your moist boxer briefs to yourself. I mean, part of it has to do with why are they moist in the first place? Why? If there's a good reason, I can get behind that. We're a mess, guys. Oh, Amanda's going to hurl. Yep. She's going to lose her groceries. She's a little grossed out right now, our Ms. Beaumont. She don't like it. No, sir. I don't like it. Ain't that the fucking truth? Never. Because sometimes they have a surprise. Not nice. Not nice. Well, I can't say never. But be incredibly self-aware when you trust a fart. What's the problem with the moist word? Like, there's worse things that we could say. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are so many words that there aren't a whole lot of words that gross me out though, but I'm kind of obsessed with words. I love them. Like gamma globulin. I love that word. Globule. They're fun. Words are fun. I love them. I cannot stand a man that has that drip spot on their pants. Like, tuck it, wipe it, or shake it harder. Yes. Yes, I will agree with you. But from what I understand, ancient wisdom is no matter how much you shake and dance, the last 2 drops go in your pants. And that may be just because of the way that penises are constructed. Not a whole lot we can do about that. But it's true that most of them do not wipe when they pee. They just shake it. Slap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. I don't know what my favorite word is, Amanda Beaumont. I don't. I do like gamma globulin. Just because it's fun to say. But there are so many words that are fun to say, rather. I just like words. Words just make me happy, and some words I will get stuck on, and I'll just bounce through my day saying that word in kind of a whimsical tone, or I'll turn it into a song or something. Yeah, but it changes from day to day. I couldn't tell you what my favorite word is. People have brain spadoinkles for certain words. Your disliked words are in written form, but that's because your brain sounds out words phonetically and audibly inside your head when you read. Okay, that's fair. Ooh, discombobulate. Discombobulated. I like kerfuffle. Kerfuffle is fun to say. And a lot of people say it wrong. They say kerfluffle. And that's not correct. If you're going to say a silly, goofy word, oh my God, that's amazing. Amanda and Hef, you both, Amanda said discombobulate and Heifer said discombobulated at the same time. That's amazing. So apparently, discombobulate and its derivatives have high marks in this chat. Caveman. Because your brain says ye oldie shoppy, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Worked on enough Ren Fair sites. Been there. Been there. Yeah, discombobulate kerfuffle is fun. Yeah, it does. Yep, ye oldie shoppy. Mm-hmm. Words like Illinois. No, Amanda, well, I mean, you may be inappropriate sisters. Illinois. Silent letters not so silent anymore. Silent letters have their day. You've freed them, caveman. You have freed them. Oh, good. Good. Now you're inappropriate, Amanda. Told you weren't boring, Amanda. God, caveman. Do you speak any other languages? I can't imagine how you'd do with other languages. There are so many other letters that are kind of silent-ish. Inappropriate adjacent. Perfect. But yeah. Jesus behind the couch. How do you handle German? Wow. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your specific brain spadoinkles. Also, spadoinkle is a pretty awesome word. I dig that. Well, my beloveds, there are 5 people talking to me. There are 4 people lurking. It doesn't bother you the same way. German doesn't bother you the same way. Okay. All right. Interesting. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. Huh. Whereas Sophie ain't having it. German is hard out. Not having. Not having it. Stand by for a drink of drink. See, I love languages. Languages, all of them. I want to know how to speak all of them. The very, very best gift that anybody could get me is that lifetime subscription to Rosetta Stone. I love languages. I love, love, love them. And I want to learn all of them. And I just know that there are so many. Lord Jesus. All right. Heifer. Heifer with the cold meds. Somehow I feel like the cold meds is just kind of an excuse. Because clearly she's just like this. And I am 1000% here for it. I got a bad Karen haircut in my 20s and was at the bar with my friends at the same age. Some guy asked if I was one of their mothers. What a douche rocket. I whipped out my tit and told him to suck Big Mama's titty. Hef, what did he do? How did he respond? This is important. Do I speak any other languages? It's kind of a complex question. Well, it's a simple question. It's kind of a complex answer. I used to be fluent enough in French that I would dream in it. Now I can get by with franglais. And I know enough to be able to ingratiate myself, and my accent is fantastic. So I can ingratiate myself to the point where people will speak franglais with me. We lost 2 lurkers. Their moms came down to the basement and told them to go to bed. Or no tendies for them tomorrow. He quietly walked away as the bar cheered. Fantastic. As it should be. Girl, we need to go out drinking. You and me and a couple of my friends down to Minneapolis. I'll go down to Minneapolis. You come on up from Ohio. Meet me in Minneapolis. We'll tear it up. We'll absolutely tear it up, and it'll be fucking hilarious. I got some friends you need to meet. So anyway, I can get by in French. I've forgotten a lot of it. But a little refresher every now and again. A lot of it comes rushing back. So there's French. I have enough Spanish to kind of get by. It's a lot of Spanglish. My Spanish is significantly worse than my French, but because they're so closely related as languages, as Latin-based languages, I can kind of bumble my way through. Yes, please bring your hazard sign. We'll do it. It's going to happen. We gotta. I speak enough Japanese to sell you Bath and Body products. I speak enough Arabic to get myself slapped. Or possibly stoned to death, depending on which Arabic country I'm in. And I speak enough Korean to impress flight attendants and my tour guide when I was over there last year. Oh, and I have enough German that I can, really the only German I have is like basic greetings. Hello, good morning, good day, good night, thank you, you're welcome. I speak enough Tagalog to make the crew on any given cruise ship shocked and amazed. And I have just a teensy bit of Indonesian. Very little Russian, but a little. And yeah, I mean, right now the majority of the languages that I'm most functional with are going to be French and Korean, as well as American English and British English. And they are two different things. Trust and believe. Stand by for a drink of drink because I'm taking my melatonin. It's 4:15 in the morning. But it's not enough. Thank you for thinking that it's impressive. I appreciate that. It's not enough. I want to be more fluent in all of them. Japanese is a bitch because they have so many different characters. My Kiwi English is limited at best, Amanda Beaumont. I have, I know Kia ora. And because I speak some Australian, a similar, a certain amount of it translates over into Kiwi English as well. But I don't really have a whole lot of opportunity to speak Kiwi English or to hear Kiwi English. So I don't have the opportunity to pick it up by osmosis as much. Similarly, I speak some Scientologies. I was speaking with philosophy earlier. Oh, Kia ora is Maori. Okay, good to know. I was speaking with philosophy earlier because, somebody in one of Doug's chats, I think the last Dazed After Dark that he did, asked if, or said that he should rewrite, because apparently they thought they were in somebody else's chat, Kellycopters perhaps. They told him that he should rewrite Petula Clark's Downtown to be Downtone. Last time I checked, Doug isn't really known for writing parody songs. Doug can shred on some death metal guitar. But I don't really know. I don't really know that he's known for writing parody songs. That's more Kellycopter's jam. So, and mine too, which is why I took it on. But I got the first verse and the chorus written. No, I'm not going to sing it. And then I wrote the rest of it. I wrote the next, verse, chorus, or verse, bridge, or whatever the fuck, and realized that I was veering really strong RPF-y into it. So I need to do more research into the tone scale before I can truly write it and not sound like a complete ass. So Hef, you speak shit talk, Saxonese, you're a titalinguist, clearly. Kia ora is Tereo, but you have your own slang. I'm sure you do. Everybody does. Love it. You're dozing off. Sweet dreams, honey. Rest well. American English is different between regions. Yeah. Sleep sweet, honey. Hopefully I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love right back at ya. Caveman, you're heading out too. All right, sweet pea. You sleep sweet. Rest well. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It was good to have you here. Once again, I've been babbling for 2.5 hours. But you know what? I really like these conversations. And it's I think this is really the only way to have them with all of the input. I like the random input. It's getting easier for me to push the button that says go live. So that's pretty cool. But it, because I mean, we're not in contact with each other via Zoom. And even if we were, we couldn't have randos just popping in and saying hi and hanging out for a while or, lurking like y'all are. I know that time flies. Toodaloo, motherfucker. You out as well, Hef? Has the cold meds finally decided to send you off to sleepy night time? I really need to know what cold meds you're on. You're a funny bitch. Yeah, I can't believe I've been on here for 2.5 hours. It's amazing to me. Oh, good, not yet. Okay. But yeah, I even though I'm sure these don't need to be preserved for posterity for whatever reason, they're staying up on my channel just because they're indicative of a certain point in time. And they are indicative of here we are waiting to hear from Doug, waiting to hear anything about Doug. So this is just run-of-the-mill antihistamines, just a lot of them, just all the antihistamines, just like fistfuls of them. Put them in a cereal bowl and eat them with a spoon. Antihistamines. Right on. I can get behind that. From what I understand, I'm pretty funny before I pass out when I have like Theraflu. I don't know if y'all have Theraflu in Kiwiland. Do you have Lemsip over there? Sophie, Amanda, do you have Lemsip? Lemsip is very similar to Theraflu. I know they have it in the UK. And I think they have it in Straya. Because they have it in the UK, I was able to get it in Canada. Kanakistan, Canada. You got Lemsip. Okay, good. You got Lemsip. Then you understand what Theraflu is. We don't call it Lemsip over here. We call it Theraflu. And it's different makers, and we have different flavors as well. It's not just lemony, but it's still going to knock you on your ass so that you go sleepy night-nights, and then you feel marginally better when you wake up or when you have to have your next dose 4 hours later. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Apparently, before the Lemsip or the Theraflu kicks my ass into sleeping, I am wildly amusing. I've heard that Percocet does the same thing to me. Makes me very, very funny. For about 20 minutes. And then I go sleepy nights. It doesn't give you a buzz or make you sleepy, Lemsip. Interesting. Amanda Beaumont, you don't have aspirins. Okay. Not even like prescription low dose aspirin for people with heart conditions. They're supposed to take like low dose aspirin every day. Other than those people, I mean, aspirin really doesn't have any fucking use over here anymore. Hardly anybody uses it for anything because we've got NSAIDs. We have ibuprofen and we have naproxen sodium We don't have paracetamol. We have ibuprofen, and we have, all the other NSAIDs. And then we have Tylenol, but we don't have paracetamol. First time you took Theraflu, you were hugging the sides of your, I'm assuming that's waterbed. They were stuffed into posters. Yes, you're that old. Hey, you know what? You ain't that old, sweet pea. I'm 50. So I remember those waterbeds with the stuffed upholstered sides. I remember them vividly. And actually, I have a friend who lives in Connecticut who still owns one. So there. And she's in love with it. She won't sleep on anything else. Yep, waterbed. Figured as much. No, but you don't like the taste of Lemsip. You make lemon, honey, garlic, and ginger drinks. Okay. Fair. And those should kick the shit out of pretty much any cold that you have. Oh, see, now we're down to 4. All the lurkers went away. Fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah, you have paracetamol. Yep. They have it in UK too. We don't have it here. I think I can get it if I go to Canada. Because I believe that it's in one of the formulations of Pamprin, if I'm not mistaken. We get heaps more drugs than you. Yeah, it's because our healthcare system is for bullshit. So we all medicate ourselves. Of course. But you know what? Most of them are largely ineffective anyway. Except for the fucking cheesecake's worth of antihistamines that Hef's been eating tonight. Still one lurker. Yep. You're welcome to chat with us, lurker. I'm happy you're here. It's giving me watch hours. I still have like 38 subscribers, so, I'm not real worried about monetizing anytime soon. The most watchers that I've had, no, it doesn't include me because I'm not watching it. I'm not on my channel watching it. I'm just streaming to it via restream. So now the count does not include me. If I had it open in a YouTube tab, in a different tab via YouTube, then the count would include me. But it doesn't because I'm not in there. You own the frame, but not the waterbed part. They don't make like that anymore. Oh, sad. Waterbeds are fun. And in the wintertime, those fuckers are so nice and toasty. Just pop up the heater just a couple of degrees on that. Oof, delightful. We have heaps more drugs than you. Yeah, I'm still kind of sticking on that. Here's the other thing, though, is that, like, in my travels, I've found that the power of bug compels you. The power of bug compels you. The power of bug compels you. Show yourself. I don't know whether or not you're Satan. You might not be Satan. Shit, you might be. Voldemort. Might be Doug. I don't know who you are. But you're welcome to say hello. I don't bite much. I've found that, like, here in the US, there's a lot of shit that we can't get because they don't consider us adults. It's taking this whole war on drugs, which has been a pointless exercise. since the jump anyway. But it's taken it way too far. So if I go to Bermuda, which is an independently operated territory of the UK, of England, if I go to Canada, I can buy either acetaminophen with codeine or paracetamol with codeine. Cheap as shit, especially in Bermuda. Christ on toast, is it cheap in Bermuda? If we want anything with codeine in it here in the US, we have to get a prescription. We have to get it through a doctor because they don't sell it. You can't just ask a pharmacist for some Tylenol 3 or paracetamol with codeine or anything else. Whereas Bermuda and Canada, I bought it in both of those places with no problems at all. Where else did I buy it? It wasn't St. Thomas, because that's one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think it was one of the British Virgin Islands that I was able to buy it over the counter. I have chronic pain, and nothing over the counter here even touches it. And especially when I'm traveling, if I'm having a really bad fucking day and I can't get out of bed, or just I made the mistake of going to Costco or Sam's Club and walking around on the cement floor, and it jacked me up, and I'm hobbling on my way out to the car. I can't get anything over the counter that's going to touch it. So I either lay in a supply of Tylenol with codeine, paracetamol with codeine, or I do what I have now, which is the tramadol that I purchased in Mexico, in the fucking airport. Over the counter. Great big poster on the pharmacy wall. Tramadol. Got back pain? Have some tramadol. Yeah, I've told my doctor about it. And it's a brand new doctor, so I'm breaking him in. He's a baby doctor, just finished his residency. So he's learning. And bless him. You know, I told him I'm not necessarily drug seeking. I'm answer seeking and I'm relief seeking. But I really want answers. I want to find out why I hurt all the time. But I also want to know that on the days where I really need something, that pain relief is going to be available to me. And he asked me what I'm doing now. And I said, I take tramadol that I bought in Mexico. Over the counter. In the airport. For the love of God. And he blinked at me real hard a few times. Other countries, they sell that shit over the counter because they expect you to behave like adults. Here in the US, they don't believe that we can. So, yeah. Data reads, titty was said 1,476 times. 77. Titty. Oh, Sophie's going to sleep. Okay, honey. Yeah, it's late there, isn't it? Titty. Snail nipples. Butterfly nipples. No, he wouldn't write me a prescription for it. Of course not. Why would he? That would make sense. There's no logic here. We don't do that. Not in the American medical system. And I haven't even told him, like, I know what drugs work for me, and I know what drugs don't when it comes to painkillers. Problem is, because it's the US, they're all controlled substances. So fuck me if I even mention them. But I do know that there's a particular drug cocktail that works really well for me. I know that I'm never going to be prescribed it. Because if you know things and you ask for them in a straightforward manner, and you show that you're not selling your pills, you're not just trying to get fucked up. Oh, okay. All right, so no problem. Titty. I hope that you sleep sweet. But yeah, if you ask for it like and show that you've done your research and that you know yourself and that you're very aware and you've been really involved in all of your medical decisions thus far, yep, you got it. You got it, Hef. Nope, that's not it. Yep, that's what they call me. They also call me titties. I mean, they're not wrong. They're not tremendous, but they've done right by me. But yeah, I'm a drug seeker, apparently, because I know things. And it doesn't help. Oh, pardon me. It doesn't help that Mom raised us while she was going to nursing school. So I basically went to nursing school with her. Which means that I know way too much about medical shit. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. We like titties. Titties. Titty sprinkles. Titty sprinkles. I frequently have to tell my doctors, I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm not a med student. I know a lot of medical shit. Don't talk down to me. You don't have to dumb it down. Speak to me in the language that you speak. And if I need clarification or I have questions, I will let you know. Until then, assume that I know what you're talking about. And sometimes they're okay with it. And sometimes they have no idea what to do with me. And at this point, I'm too old to be fazed by any of it. I'm fucking jaded by the medical system in this country. And I've been in pain for decades. And I've only now gotten myself to a point where I'm willing to interview my doctors on the first visit. So, yeah, I do have to be assertive with them. I did. And this new doctor that I have, this new baby doctor, I've had to promise nurse friends of mine that I would raise him up right. But on my very first visit with him, which was just to establish care, I walked in with a list of questions. And when I made the appointment, I told them straight up, I need to interview this guy before I'm going to agree to establish care with him. Because I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having my years of experience in this body be discounted. And I never want another doctor to tell me that I'm hysterical or that all the pain that I'm feeling is in my head simply because I have a vagina and I was born with one. So, and that's been things that have happened with me. And I'm like, well, when you really get right down to it, if you want to talk straight biology, all pain is in your head. It's all signals that your brain gets. Duh. But my being assigned female at birth has nothing to do with the fact that everything hurts and I'm dying. So can we just get around to what the actual problem is, or are you just too busy to help me look for answers? I don't know what to, I'm just fucking tired. I've had MRIs and X-rays and given gallons of blood. So it's fucking boring at this point. So I really did have to get after him. And this poor new baby doctor has no idea what to do with me, but he is helping me work with, look at options, find answers. He's thinking. He actually read through my chart. Astonishing. So, yeah. So I have to go see him. I can't remember if it's Monday or Tuesday. I'll look at my calendar. You have that love-hate with the titties. Yours tried to kill you, had to cut them off, got water balloons now. My mom has water balloons. She's fucking funny, too. That woman. She did mention something about having goldfish installed in them at one point. But she also said, hey, if I'm ever shot, I'm a squirt gun. Yeah, she had bilateral breast reduction done because she was 5 feet tall and an E cup, I think. They were tremendous. She has permanent dent marks in her shoulders from where her steel-belted radial bra straps used to be. Swear to God, her titslings had to be engineered by fucking Goodyear. Steel girders in them shits. Same, you worked in the medical field. They don't like your reasoning. I know. Doesn't it suck when we have actual thinky brain mates and we use them? It's terrible. I finished the first appointment with this guy by saying, listen, I do not expect answers. But I would like a partner with a lot more access to resources to go on this journey with me to try to find answers. And I will respect all of your years of training and schooling and the time that you've dedicated to this, if you will respect the amount of time that I have spent in this body and the experiences that I've had with it. And he agreed that we had a deal. So, it's pretty all right. Hef will settle for a simple lift right now. If you ever got skinny, you'd want water balloons too. I gotta say, so far, mine are good. My mom's used to be absolutely tremendous, and She got rid of them. She had smaller implants put in. And the ass cactus that was her surgeon decided, even though she'd always wanted to be a B cup, that as he winked at my stepdad, well, may have made him a 1 cup size bigger, but that's all right, isn't it? Fucker. One good thing you don't really need a bra nowadays. Yeah. Sometimes I'm envious of that, but sometimes I'm not. I don't know. Keep checking. Oh, I always call. I always. I check them. I'm very good to them because they've been very good to me. So I'm always paying attention to what's going on and checking for lumps and hard bits and irregularities and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, mom had benign. They weren't necessarily tumors. It was something else, and I don't remember what the word is, but yeah, she had hers taken down. She had hers taken down, and she's somewhat happier for it, but she also only wears sports bras these days, or the kind of bras. I'm not necessarily sports bras. They're not like those heavily engineered things, but they're pullovers. And then she gets all tangled up in them, and I have to detangle my mom from her own bra, generally about once a week. You had a guy called yours mommy milkers once. They're children, aren't they? Absolute children sometimes. What a stupid name. Do better. Come up with something clever. Oh, God. You had an evil shadow on your memo, I'm assuming, during your titty pancake test. I hate titty pancake day. Hate titty pancake day. It is the worst. So annoying. Why can't we find a better way to do this? All the medical research, all the money that goes into medical research, and we can't find a better way to look at tits to see whether or not there's nasty shit going on inside them. Didn't show on the memo. Oh, I see. That sucks even worse. Yeah, I need a titty pancake day scheduled too. I don't wanna. It's always cold and painful. And they tell you not to put on deodorant beforehand, and I'm like, do you realize what a bad idea that is? I had one woman. This was delightful. I was working overnights, so I scheduled the mammo for first thing in the morning, so that I could go straight from work to the titty pancake day. And I went in. I had been at work since 11 o'clock the previous night. It's now 8 o'clock in the morning. She tells me, "Are you drinking coffee?" Yes, I'm drinking coffee. I'm a night crawler. Of course I'm drinking coffee. Well, you can't really complain about the mammogram hurting if you're going to be drinking coffee. Caffeine just makes it hurt worse. Well, what would you like me to do? Take a week off from work? What the fuck? Stupid. So you have a lump they're keeping an eye on. All right. Schedule your titty pancake day, ma'am. The dumb was just fine. We had a dumb bump that needed ultra, so they caught it by chance. Ooh. Well, I'm glad they caught it. Yeah, really. Really. She scolded me about drinking caffeine after I'd been working all night. Well, that just makes it hurt worse. Well, listen, bitch. A girl got to make that paper. How dare you? No scolding. All right. Well, if you're going to get on it, I should probably get on it too. And you three, Amanda? We'll all do it. We'll all schedule our examinations. I should probably schedule a rodeo appointment too. I don't have a cervix or a uterus anymore, but apparently they want to rummage around up in there and make sure everything's okay. I feel like it's kind of pointless, but okay. As long as insurance covers it, I don't care. Oh, you don't need to anymore, Amanda? Good for you. Good for you. That's one less headache. Well, yeah, they don't want to pop your balloons. Pop your balloons. That would be unpleasant. Nothing left to squish. An empty cave. Your vagina is haunted. Yeah, an empty cave. Although, I will tell you, and this is fun, and this is true, when I had my hyst, because they took out the uterus, which is now a uterus, and a cervix, so they just sewed up the top of the vaginal canal. And because they did it all laparoscopically and robotically assisted, which I think is just cool as fuck, they gave me a sheet of glamour shots of my insides. Like, here's your ovary, here's your other ovary, here's where everything was situated, here's what it looks like afterwards, this is where we sewed you up. So I got glossy photos. I got glamour shots of my insides. So on the odd occasion, it doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while, you know, because we're female, it happens that somebody will ask us for intimate photos. I just send them one of those. Generally, the one with the line of sutures where they stitched up the top of my vaginal canal after they took my cervix away. That's usually the one that I send when they want special photos. Hey, you want intimate photos? Here you go. It's about as intimate as it gets, bro. They don't like that. I found they run screaming pretty quickly, which is really all I want in the first place. Go away. Stop asking me for anything. Yours was one of the first robotic surgeries ever done around there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Mine was done about 6 years ago, and I'm very proud of myself that I managed to refrain from making any Skynet or Prometheus jokes until I was in pre-op. Very proud of myself for that. After that, though, it was game on. I also was wearing a t-shirt in pre-op that says all up in your lady business because they were about to be all up in my lady business. So I figured it was appropriate. Wow, kind of cool. Not sure you'd look though. I absolutely did. I'm that kind of guy. When I had my shoulder operated on to repair the minor tearing in my rotator cuff and to remove, I had apparently bone spurs in my shoulder that were fraying the tendon because they were so bad. The doctor gave me glamour shots of inside my shoulder too, from where he had done the surgery. And I got super excited about that. They sent me home with them. And I brought them in to my follow-up appointment after my surgery and asked him all kinds of questions because I wanted to know. It was fascinating. So yeah, no, I love that kind of shit. You have pics of a teratoma tumor. Teratoma tumor. Say that 5 times fast. There's a town in Wisconsin called Toma. I wonder if there's anybody with a teratoma tumor in Toma. Fuck. You have pics of your guys too after his stomach surgery. Your dad put them on FB and thought it was funny. Fair. Totally. Yeah. I personally think that shit is hilarious. I keep a photo of my uterus and cervix after it was removed on my phone just so I can show it to people if they're interested. I think it's hilarious. And I actually asked my surgeon, I'm like, after you bring it, or before you bring it to pathology or the cafeteria, wherever it is that you take things after you take them out of people, I need to see it because I need to tell it off to its little uterine face for all the decades of grief that it gave me. And the surgeon said, well, I've had patients ask me to see their uterus after it was removed, but never so that they could tell it off. So yeah, I can do that. And she did. And I was really jacked up on morphine at the time when she did. She brought it to me in an ice cream bucket and it had already been set in formalin, so I wasn't allowed to touch it, but we were allowed to take photos of it. And it was so tiny that I had to put a packet of saltine crackers next to it for scale. It was amazing. Poor Amanda. Are you just completely disgusted by this whole conversation? La, 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 I can't hear you. Mary had a little lamb. You had a teratoma taken out last year the size of a baseball. Son of a bitch. Damn, girl. All right. Shit. Don't want to look at you and say, it's not a tumor. Because I guess it is. It's hardcore. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Nice. Let's get together on. Are you on the book face, Hef? Are you on Facebook? We'll find a way. We'll find a way to connect. Either that or email me at my handle here at chowyunsmut@gmail. And we'll exchange uterus photos. Fuck yeah. I love it. Unite. All right. Oh, okay. Are we connected on Facebook? And I'm just not paying attention? I'm a little dim sometimes. And I hate Facebook. But yeah, I'm easy to find. We have a number of mutual friends. I'm on Reese's group. You already know my first name. My last name is Lancaster. So I am on Instagram. I have 2 different Instagram accounts. And I was doing a lot of skincare stuff on there for a long time, and every once in a while I'll throw some random Alia up on there, but I'm not there very often. But if you look up Nuna Squad, I'll put it in the chat. We are already friends on Facebook? Fucking of course we are. Jesus Christ. Amanda, if you find Nuna Squad on Instagram, that's me. Because I am a squad all by myself. All right. Find me and add me. I'll add you back. All right, Hef. Send me a message on the book face, and I'll find my uterus photo and send it to you. This is hilarious. We're already connected. Fucking of course we are. I've been babbling for more than 3 hours now with y'all. I mean, it hasn't really been babbling because I've been talking to you guys, and I love it. And it's great. This is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm enjoying Heifer just laughing and all jacked up on the antihistamines. OBKB. But I think it's time for me to go now because it's 5 a.m. And yeah, I would like to get some sleep, Amanda, for sure. It is time to sleep. I'll probably read a couple more chapters in my zombie book and try to get some sleep at a relatively decent hour tonight so that I'm not a major crashing disappointment to my mother. I'm just going to be quilting all day tomorrow, so it's kind of a fend for yourself day. Midnight there. Good night, my inappropriate ladies. You're delightful. Both of you are inappropriate. Inappropriate Amanda adjacent. Inappropriate adjacent Amanda. Non-boring Amanda. Good night, Hef. And may you all have a lovely night. Feel better soon, Hef. Good night, lurker number 1. Whomever you may be. Sleep well when you get there. And I will talk to you soon. All of you. And I'll be sending photos of my internal organs, which are no longer internal, quite soon. So we can all look forward to that.